If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Toy Collector. This is a very special Mythic Monday. We didn't do a Mythic Monday review today because, as you can see, I've got my good buddy here, Greg Smurber. Everybody knows him. Nobody knows who I am, but everybody knows Greg.
Not true.
He's the new it guy in the cabal. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So you've got some really good news to share, I hear, today.
It's good news. It is good news. Yeah, I got I woke up to an email from Four Horsemen Studios and it said, "Congratulations, you've been chosen." And I'm like, I wanted to start singing, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like, "I've got a golden ticket." And I was like,
That's
oh,
amazing.
And then I get a message from Jeremy Gerard, who's the director of marketing, and he's like, "Hey, check your email, or check your junk mail. You got a message." And I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" So
that's incredible, buddy.
Super honored, super grateful to have been chosen to be one of the few. Is definitely an honor. I'm super excited. You should be, man. It is going to be incredible. I'm going to live vicariously through you because I did not get chosen. So I super appreciate it. I'll steal some what are they called? The napkins or the towels with the initials. What is that called? Some monogrammed towels. Monogrammed, yeah. Some monogrammed hand towels.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that's going to be an honor. It's going to be incredible. I am so happy, so proud for you, man. Congratulations. It's going to be incredible. All right, let's get back to it. So we're here today to discuss. We're going to be watching and reacting live. Oh, yes. Here it goes. We're going to do it right now. Let's see here. Let me get this changed up.
That's an intro.
Turn my volume down a little bit. It's a little loud.
Nonsense.
What's up, everyone? Diego, Eric, how are you today?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I think people are probably watching saying, like, wow, Jeremy, Diego, and Eric for this announcement. They brought out the big guns to announce the Mythic Legion's quilt.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is a big surprise. People want to be comfy. We've heard your voice. The quilt is here.
Yeah, that's a
dragon quilt.
I want a quilt so bad. I can afford a quilt.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
The Mysteries of Mythos has a really nice ring, but the quilt of Mythos is just it is a wonderful thing to behold.
The fabric that brings us all together.
It does.
I'm
So
in
in all
stitches,
seriousness,
some
guys, thank you very much. Everybody, thank you for joining us today. We are finally going to reveal the mystery behind this little teaser that we did here. So
here we go.
This, it was about 2 weeks now.
Better not be 36 new figures.
I'm predicting right now an accessory set for different factions. That's my prediction. And you're going to see me being wrong.
I'm going to go with blanks. Unpainted bucks.
Oh, I wish. I hope we're both right.
Well, one of my favorite guesses was, showing us playing D&D and all that. I was like, oh, that'd be fun. Like something like that. But,
that was a guess. That it was a
miniatures.
A lot of guesses for the game.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one. I did like the quilt as well. That's actually a viable thing. So, sometimes, ideas can come from anywhere. So this time next year, we might be doing one. Who knows?
Yeah. You heard it here first. So then, of course,
pre-orders in June.
There was a lot of speculation. Right. Is it a pixelated image? What could it be? And then we changed it over to this. So we added all of these faction logos.
That'd be a cool T-shirt. actually.
I loved
Mythic Legions bingo.
People were getting with their guesses. Like the fact that if you notice in that top row, there are 2 Noble Bear logos side by side, but then in the far, the bottom right corner, there are 2 Noble Bear logos up and down. People were suggesting that when the faction logos are side by side, it's a long item like a horse. And then if it's up and down, it's a tall item like an ogre or a troll. So people were really, really reading into these teasers, trying to...
It's going to be nothing this complicated.
Figure out exactly what we had going.
I mean, the fan theories just are an endless source of entertainment. And we love seeing it because everyone's so creative and comes up with way cooler ideas than that'd be a really clever idea. Unfortunately, you give us too much credit sometimes.
Exactly.
We're not nearly that clever.
Schmermer is here saying that we're trying not to say the word dragon. Of course, a lot of people did suggest that
he mentioned me.
Somehow these 36 squares and these 10 faction logos equated to a dragon of some kind. Not so much. So let's explain to you what we're doing here. Let's give you a little bit of a reveal. If we pull back the curtain on this, we see actually 36 Mythic Legions characters behind those squares. So I heard a bunch of people suggesting, is it going to be a 36-figure wave?
They said not all-stars.
Going to be a 36-figure wave. Eric, after what you went through with those first 2 Kickstarters, I think it's fair to say that there will never be a 36-figure wave again, correct?
Never again.
Never again.
I need King Noglin.
What we're going to do, however, is release the Mysteries of Mythos. These are going to be some blind box surprise packages. They're going to go on sale next Monday. So let's explain exactly what is happening here. As part of the 10-year anniversary of Mythic Legions, 2024 is the 10 years of Mythic Legions. What an incredibly cool accomplishment. What a milestone. So as part of that, what we are doing, this is not a vote of any kind. We did a small run of a number of older figures, some very, very cool figures that really needed to get back out there in collections, but that traditionally may not have fared very well in All-Stars votes. A lot of, Advent of Decay 2.0 style figures. Additionally, Cookie cleaned out the warehouse and found a whole bunch of warehouse finds, a whole bunch of figures that we had previously thought were sold out that we can now add into this. So what we thought would be cool is, hey, let's make these available. We've always brought older figures to shows, and as much as we love doing that, and we continue doing that when we can, bringing figures to shows eliminates anyone that can't get over to the shows.
I'm just glad they're figures.
We wanted to do something like we just did with the in-stock sale that would allow a wider range of the Legionnaires access to this. And we love the idea as for the anniversary, doing these blind boxes that were something old and something new. So the something old are these chase figures that you see right here. The idea of doing them as a blind box was simply because there are some figures on this list that are warehouse finds that we have less than a case of. Diego, I'm sure you see this all the time. When we do one of these in-stock sales and we have items that are that limited, if you don't log on in the first, immediately, you miss out on some of those lower quantity figures. And we've always seen people who get cart jacked because something that's in their cart sells out before they can check out. And while they're trying to update their cart, other figures go out of sale. That's so frustrating. To prevent that here, because that would have absolutely happened. If we just put these figures up, buy what you want, it would have happened. By doing it as a blind box, whether you log in the first seconds or you log in an hour later or 4 hours later, assuming there's still some, you have just as much chance to get any of these figures, including some of the ones that we have the least of. I think, speaking as a fan myself, that's something that I think is pretty cool here.
Yeah, we wanted to do something that, equalize the playing field for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be stressful. Listen, we've all been there. We've all been there when a drop's about to happen, hitting refresh, add to cart.
I'm kind of hoping 35 plus shipping.
If you don't get something,
my wallet hopes that too.
But we wanted to make sure that everyone kind of
sale this Saturday.
They're 35. I'm going in for 3.
Some of these finds, there's not a lot of them. Some of those characters, it's low.
Okay, so after this show, what we're going to do is we're going to make our picks, and we're going to work out a trade.
Absolutely, 100%.
I see 3 or 4 right now that I need.
Yeah.
If I get what you want, it's yours.
Jeremy
absolutely, same.
Yeah, so I see some questions here that I'm going to answer.
A deal has been struck.
So something old, something new. In addition to, you're guaranteed to get one of the chase figures on this list here, plus you're going to get a newer figure from a more current wave. So each blind box is going to include 2 figures, one from this chase list, plus an additional newer figure of our choice. It's going to be $75 for the blind box. So that's the same price as these were normally.
So there'll be boxes,
we're not increasing the price of
God, I hope not.
The rarity of some of the figures. Some of the figures on this list sell on the secondary market for well over $100. We don't. When stuff sells for that much money, we don't make any more money on it. We want to get these in fans' hands. These small runs, these warehouse finds will hopefully allow that to happen. So for $75, you get something old, something new. And I love that sense, Eric, of kind of seeing the history of the line in these blind boxes.
I love this. This is a great idea.
This list of chase figures here. The fact that we've got Carpathius from the very first wave. We've got Sir Godfrey. When was the last time Sir Godfrey from 1.5 showed up anywhere? Tador from Covenant of Shadow. And then a number of figures from Advent of Decay.
Is your Halmir there?
Important wave to
36.
The line. There's some heavy hitters in that wave, some heavy hitters in this graphic right here. So getting some of that stuff from those early waves, along with something newer from like an All-Stars 5, I think that's really going to show, kind of the breadth of this wave over that 10-year anniversary.
Absolutely. For us, thinking back to Advent of Decay, I still remember when Advent of Decay was the new thing, and that was, that had all the new tooling, and that was our big step forward. That's an old line now.
So I'm definitely needing King Noglin.
Sometimes I forget some of the.
I'd love to have him.
So,
what is the Jaguar with the purple? Is his name Balin or
Balam?
Balam. Yeah, definitely need him.
So much new tooling.
Yeah, that character's it's expensive.
Yes.
It is cool.
Thistlethorn. I'd love to get my hands on Thistlethorn.
Thistlethorn is also a good one. Yeah.
Let fans revisit these figures.
What is the goblin with the crossbow? Thwip or something like that?
I think it's Thwip. Yeah.
Him.
Thwip or Thump. One of those two.
Because they're not
and
quite
then
bubbling up to the top enough.
It's got some good ones. They've got some good ones there.
And then the antler, the woodland antler guy.
Faunus.
And then Azza, I'd love to have her because, in honor of you. So I think, and maybe Redfin.
Unless you've been, willing to pay heavy
nice
in the
one.
aftermarket.
Yeah, those are my 6 I would love to get.
Some comments that I want to bring up that I love is we've got this one here from Ben K saying, going to be a lot of trading in the Cabal once these are in hand. And I love that. That's one of the things we talked about. That
as long as people keep it, to a 1-to-1 trade and not be like, I got a Redfin, so that's going to cost you 3 trades.
Higher than
right.
I remember there being talk about people will be trading it in the community, I got an extra green. Does anyone have a blue? Well, we all know the story of Hagnon, or if you don't, there's an article we just posted last week on the website about it. Go give it a read. That idea of the community trading these is something that we've always loved. I really dig that as well. Eric Miller, one of the Mythic enablers, saying, I can't wait for the trade posts. I can't wait either. I think that's going to be a really fun part of this as well.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a really exciting time in the Cabal, just seeing everyone with, opening their boxes and not knowing what they're going to get. And, just everyone coming together.
A lot of postings. A lot of people are going to post, this is what I got.
You and I should come back here at the end of next month,
we have
revisit this, open our boxes live together, see what we got.
Yeah, I'll get 3 if I can.
You know, it really.
As long as it's after Friday, I can do it.
It's
before Friday,
you know, rather than disheartening. It makes
I'm
you
getting
feel
shipping
good
peanuts.
about, you know,
That's 4/22. That's when they're going to go up.
Everybody involved.
And there's a lot of new fans
What
too.
day
We've
is that?
actually got Simple Tricks and Nonsense here in the chat, and they posted for
it's a week from
someone
today.
like me who has none
It's a
of
Monday.
these. This is a win no matter who I get, and that's another point. Is there are so many fans that have come in the last few years that you look at an array like this, and there's a lot of people that are like, I need everyone on this list. This is really going to be exciting. I did see some comments, people asking, is there going to be a limit on this? There is no limit on these. You can buy as many as you want.
Of course, we love money.
I kind of got burnt a little bit, guys, with that Valiant Knight in the last sale because we had so many to sell and they went so quickly that the Legionnaires, as they tend to do, surprised the heck out of me with their support. So I don't anticipate that they are going to be any less supportive of this. But we do have quite a few to sell, and there will not be any limits. And that's an important thing because we're going to talk about that, something cool about limits and shipping in just a moment.
I think they're going to try and burn through their extra cut or their boxes.
So this isn't something we're doing today. We wanted to give you a little bit of advance notice. Next Monday, which is April 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we're going to do all of our social posts after this live stream is done with this information.
Weird that it's
at
on
11
Monday.
a.m. is when we are going to do this.
Usually they sell stuff on Saturdays.
So in that sale, you will have access to these blind boxes.
Right.
All of these chase figures could be included. You're guaranteed to get one. $75 per blind box. In terms of
2 figures or 3 per box?
We're doing something special on shipping as well. You're the shipping guy. You're the one that handles all the
free
stuff.
shipping.
You meet with our shipping partners and everything. We've been working behind the scenes on something pretty cool, and we're trying it out for the first time with this set because it's a really unique kind of sale. Tell us a little bit more about what else we're doing.
So we're trying something new this time. Since this is new territory all around, a new kind of sale, a new kind of way of bringing back old figures, we're going to do something new with shipping. And that is, for the first time ever, we're going to offer a flat rate shipping of $9.99 for U.S. customers. Unfortunately, not international, but all U.S. customers, it'll be flat rate, $9.99
Can't
shipping.
beat that, honestly.
And that's no matter how many boxes you order in a single order. So you can get 1 box, it'll be $9.99. You can get 20 boxes, it can be $9.99.
That's good.
We're trying this out to see, you know, how it will work. Maybe to implement it in the future, maybe not. This is an excellent opportunity.
I hope they show what is going to be like
our standard figure size.
The new figures.
When we have
like, I hope they cover
last in stock sale where there's figures of all different sizes. Yeah. It makes it a little hard to negotiate something flat rate like this because the prices just vary so greatly. This time I talked to a couple of our reps at various carriers and really worked hard on trying to get a price that could get us these figures to you for one flat rate price, no matter how much you guys get.
Yeah, that's cool. And to address the international part, we also worked on that. And unfortunately, as much variety as there is in terms of rates in the U.S., the minute you go out of the U.S., it's like the Wild West. There's so many variables, so many differences, so much price disparity for different countries that we simply could not come up with something that made sense for international where we could do something like that wasn't either a really high price to mitigate the risk or just way too risky. So unfortunately for international customers, we weren't able to do something like this flat rate. It's certainly something we continue to explore, but for U.S. customers, to Diego's point, whether you buy 1 mystery box, 2 mystery boxes, 3 mystery boxes, or 30 mystery boxes, wherever you are in the U.S., one of the options at checkout is going to be that flat rate shipping. So add as many as you want, pile on these orders, but it's within one order. If you order 5 mystery boxes in one order and then 5 in another, we cannot combine those. There's no combining of those because we're going to be shipping these out essentially immediately, which is another really cool aspect of this. Eric, as someone that's obviously been around since the beginning and seen all of those, early Kickstarters and waiting for shipping, and even now with these pre-orders, we reveal it. There's so much buildup. We're so excited. We reveal it, but then there's the wait to get them done and get them in hand. These type of immediate gratification orders are not only great for the fan base, but we love them as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've talked about this before. It's for us, the wait for these big pre-order waves, it is very frustrating as well. Like we obviously want to get it out and have people enjoy these figures as quickly as possible, and then when we hit delays.
This is a really good price point if you think about it. I mean, you're going to be getting a really old figure for basically $37, and then any new figure. I mean, you're basically getting
to watch and
straight up Legion. I mean, Four Horsemen prices. $35, $37.
Between like the in stock sale and this sale that we're technique, their method that we're trying out with this Figura, things like that. We're getting a nice mix now where we've got the pre-order waves that allow us to invest in the new tooling, but then we've got these quick order release schedules that hopefully not only are a lot of fun for people to be part of, but also kind of help with the weight on those larger waves.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple questions here that we can address because there's some good questions. So Schmermabermer says, will this be for all purchases going forward? Not necessarily, as Diego pointed out. This is something we're trying out.
It's the name. He sees the name.
The fact that these are all standard figures, because that's
told you
point, by the
way. The new hot guy in the Cabal, man.
One of them's not going to be a Legion builder. So you're not going to get a $26 Legion builder that brings down the value. These are all standard figures. So what you are getting are two standard figures. Because there's no horses and ogres and 2-packs, when you start getting into that kind of size disparity, it's really hard to come up with a price that makes it feasible. We also don't want to just increase the price of the toys and kind of roll shipping into that. We've worked hard to keep the price of the toys consistent for many, many years.
They really have.
So this is something we're experimenting.
Absolutely.
If it goes well, we may see it on future sales. Will we see it on every sale? That really remains to be seen. Someone asking, if we order multiple boxes, will they be in their own boxes in the shipping box? No. We're calling them mystery boxes as a sense of just the name of the item. But if you order 3 mystery boxes, 6 figures, Diego, it's going to be 6 figures in a box, correct?
Yeah, it's going to be that amount of figures in one box. It's not individual boxes of 2 figures packed in one larger box. And it's just for convenience sake, obviously, and to make the shipping as accurate as possible.
Yeah. So here's a question that we didn't address, Diego. If someone places an order for 3 boxes, 6 figures, will they get 6 unique figures, or are they going to potentially get duplicates?
So we are going to try our best, and we have a lot of figures to choose from, to make sure you get unique figures for every mystery box you order within one order. It's important that it's all in one order.
That would take a long time.
Right.
5 different mystery boxes.
It's a good question,
ordered, but over 5 separate orders. Yeah. You can't make this guarantee because it's just too much for us to keep track of.
Right. Yep.
Plus, you don't want to do that because you'll lose money on shipping if you have 5 separate orders. Make one big order with everything, with that flat rate, $9.99 shipping. And
Smart decision.
Do our absolute best to make sure you get no duplicates. We can't 100% guarantee it because sometimes the secondary characters, we might not have enough to ensure it. But, I mean...
It's going to be fun. Either way, it's going to be fun.
Yes, absolutely.
If you ordered 36, yeah, there's a good chance you'll get a duplicate at a certain point. But
for sure,
for the most part, you should be fine. You should be able to get unique figures if you order multiple boxes in one order.
Yep. So someone, and this is good, if I buy 3,600, can I get 100 of each? No, you can't, because most of the figures on this list, we don't have 100 of. There's a lot of figures, like I mentioned, a lot of these
they're gonna burn through these quick,
on this list that we have single digits.
It's not gonna last a day, I don't think.
10. Most of them we have less than a case of. So that's one of the reasons why I mentioned at the top of the show here that we decided to go this route, is so many of these have such limited quantities that if we just put them online with those quantities, it would be a recipe for disappointing so many people.
Right.
Because they would get it in their
cart, on there? I can't tell.
Check out, and they'd get cart checked.
Yes.
And we want to avoid that whenever possible. So
it's the only one that I see. Yeah.
3,600 boxes, you would not get 100 of each, and you won't get all unique because that's an incredibly large amount.
Yeah. That'd be an incredibly large order for only $9.99 shipping.
Pallet.
Yeah, right.
Ish is asking if we have an approximate guess and foresee how long it may take to ship these mystery boxes. So I know the warehouse team, they're already getting ready. You know, Cookie and his crew, they're hard at work getting ready for this sale. One of the nice things about this, Diego, that you and I have talked about is because of that lack of disparity, they're all the same size, and because they're all blind boxes, this is something we're hoping to get out pretty quickly. Talk a little bit about what you think.
Yeah, because these are not unique orders. Yeah.
Well, you know, again, this is just estimates. Can't hold me 100% to it. But we are very optimistic about getting this done within possibly 2 weeks of it starting. It's a very straightforward packing scenario, and the fact that it's random figures.
So potentially 3 weeks from now, you and I can come back and sit back down and see what we scored and see what we're trading.
Gets used picking and packing orders and making sure everything's correct, and it takes our guys time to do that, and also to pack different sized figures. That really does slow down the process when a guy's got a troll, an ogre, a horse, 3 standards, and a legion builder, and our shipping guys are like, okay, what box does this go into?
Puzzle every time.
Yeah, so this is going to be quick and easy. The latter half of even the in-stock sale was just standard figures at the end, and by the time we got to that point, we started flying even further with shipping. So I'm very optimistic, and our guys are working hard, and I think they can get it done fairly quickly. So you don't have to worry. There won't be a huge delay between when orders are placed and when they go out. You'll likely get them fairly soon.
Yeah, this is a very different sale than the in-stock sale we just did because of the amount of SKUs in that. While this has a ton of figures, because they're all the same,
figures,
and we know that a number of these figures on here are such limited quantities, so it's not going to be the same kind of sale. One thing I do want to answer, a number of people have asked what the new figures will be. I did see somebody else ask about Legion Builders. I mentioned a few minutes ago, they will not be Legion Builders. You're going to get 2 standard figures. Current waves are going to be things probably like All-Stars 5. There's going to be some from that. I don't know. I mean, maybe some Poxus. Poxus is very, very new. We might not go in there, but
so
some
no
newer
reinforcements.
Stuff like that.
So that's interesting.
One thing we're going to avoid doing, too, is the figures we just had in the in-stock sale, like the Vorgus 2 and the Walter and stuff, we just had those up. We're not going to include any of those. We just know that people just had access to those. So we're going to look and see what we have.
He's
There's
savvy.
some other figures, too. We might still have some Alithia Wave figures that are bouncing around. So we're not really saying what the newer figures will be because we're just going to pull that out of our current show stock for current, like, more newer figures. But rest assured, you're going to get 2 standard figures, no Legion Builders in this.
Yeah, 100%.
That's good. There's no Legion Builders. I mean,
yeah, we're excited, and by looking at the chat, looks like everybody's excited too.
Yeah, it does. It does. I have seen some comments here, and I don't want to go too deep into this, Eric, but we have had some questions from people asking if the mystery boxes are going to impact or eliminate the all-star vote for this year. I mean, this is the time of the year where normally we would be doing an all-star vote. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of reissues of older figures in this. And over the last few years, we've kind of moved around all-stars a little bit. With this being the 10-year anniversary, we're kind of throwing everything into the mix, and we're changing things up to, do some new things, to be some surprises. I think, Eric, it's fair to say we're going to see some changes with all-stars and version 2s of figures this year. Would you agree?
Version 2s.
For sure, yeah. I mean, that's every year.
Interesting.
Especially for, I don't know, maybe the past 3 or 4 years, we see the excitement, of course, is still always there for All-Stars.
I love All-Stars.
I do too, man.
We're seeing, like, the number of figures that we feel comfortable putting up for All-Stars, those numbers dwindling down a little bit. And, for various reasons. And largely, like what we talked about is, we don't want to put out an all-star of a character that, maybe within a year we want to do a 2.0 of.
Sure. Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, we're just kind of reevaluating a lot of I definitely would not say all-stars is gone. It's just kind of, at this point, it's a bit of a reshuffling. And going back to these particular characters here, like I said earlier, a lot of characters here that, haven't been close enough on the vote that, but a lot of people still want. A lot of people have been paying heavily for it. They just never quite make the cut. So it's a way to get some of those figures out there, but then also in regards to our 2.0 situation, these characters, where it may be a case of figures that are going to go out, or a small batch of the characters that are going to go out, that doesn't cancel out a 2.0 possibility the same way that doing, taking a full order for figures and doing a full scale run would.
Yeah.
So it's allowing us to try some different things and then, reevaluate how to move forward. And just keep in mind, I mean, we're only in April, and this is our multiple anniversary.
My wallet just heard that.
Right.
There's a lot of cool stuff that
because we're still all saving for Legion's Con.
And so, everybody's only seeing part of the picture right now.
Absolutely. And with that, guys, Eric, I think we'll revisit this conversation around All-Stars, reissues, version 2s, and all of this. Let's revisit that, down the road just a little bit. Because for now, I want everyone to bask in the awesomeness of the Mysteries of Mythos. If you're just tuning in, we'll recap very quickly. Check out our social channels because we're going to have all of this. The Mysteries of Mythos, these blind box surprise packages, they will go up for sale on storehorseman.com next Monday. That's April 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. For $75, you're going to get 2 figures. You're going to get one of the Chase figures shown here on this list in this graphic. You're guaranteed to get one of these. You're also going to get another standard figure from a newer wave. Something old, something new, to really show you kind of the history of the
I like this idea.
that has happened.
It's almost like the Waltor 2-pack. You get a Mythic and you get a Cosmic,
As part of this,
he didn't answer the question about Cosmics, though, did he? But I think he would say it.
Right.
In the United States,
I realized when I asked it that it's called the Mysteries of Mythos, so that would probably exclude Cosmics anyway, but figured I would ask.
How many mystery boxes you get in one.
I ain't an intern, so my questions aren't getting answered today. I'm just kidding.
It's nice to finally be able to reveal this after.
And I sent him an email too that he answered right away. I was like, "Wow, this is. I don't want to abuse this." I was asking him about the white skateboards, if there would be some available.
And it's nice to have it out in the
because I wanted to get them to sign all of them.
Such a long time
nice.
Planning and all that,
sign the skateboard.
Well, and then after 2 weeks of speculation, then the fear becomes,
that everyone really wants. Yeah.
Out there, we don't want to, we don't want people to be disappointed. So it's good to kind of, break the seal on this. And
yeah, there's someone out there that is excited for these figures, but really wanted that quilt. That's like, well, this is cool, but if it would have been a quilt. So with that, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to everyone in the chat that has joined and check this out. Remember, next Monday, Mysteries of Mythos. We'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, so that was pretty incredible. Let me get back to us. So, man, this is insane. This is great. So, have you had a chance to kind of like look it over and see like what are like the few that you're like, I gotta have this one?
Yeah, I want to see that graphic again of the of all the different choices here. I would say I would probably focus on the few that I don't have that I want. I would think like the Dark Elves. I'm really liking those. I wouldn't mind having another Grisha.
Mm-hmm.
I like her. I think she's a great figure. I would like to have an unopened Queen Urxa.
Mm-hmm.
And I just bought a new Gwendolyn, so I don't need her in a box. But and I would love to have a boxed Azza, but if I win one, I would trade you for it. So,
oh man, you can keep the box one. I'll take one of your loose ones.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. We can work that out.
So it doesn't sound like you're going after anything that I'm going after, and it doesn't sound like I'm going after anything you're going after. So
yeah,
we can work some trades, man.
Yeah,
I'm down for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy with any female I would take, but there's a few male figures I wouldn't mind having. Is that a Vorgus at the bottom? I can't tell.
At the
Vorgus. The second.
Oh, that's King Bromden.
Row. Okay. No. The second row from the bottom.
Oh.
The second to the right next to Ragnar. Who's that right next?
I don't know. I'm horrible with these names. But his armor is not red. It's kind of like a goldish color.
I don't know who that is. Is that Lord Verteris? It might be Lord Verteris.
Yeah, it sounds very right. You're talking about between Thistlethorn and Ragnar?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's who that is. I'm terrible with names.
That's okay.
I mean, I know.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, I know that, the first one is Brother Mandibulus.
Yes.
I know that, I don't know the next three names. And then I know the Red Shield Soldier, Shadow Elf.
Kador. I'm not sure who the guy right next to Mandibulus is. The Red Shield.
Right.
Is that the Red Shield or Soldier?
Yeah, Morgulith, like Red Shield Soldier, like a Shadow Elf
Dark
warrior.
Elf. Yeah, Shadow Elf. And then is that Carpathius on the second?
Yep.
And then Eagleus, and then another elf.
That looks like the male elf ranger. Or
Yeah.
Which would be cool. I would take that.
Oh,
I don't have one. I have the deluxe male elf builder, but I don't have that guy.
Yeah. I do like that dark elf that's next to Azza.
Yeah.
That's a cool one. But yeah, any female I would be happy with. I would take.
There's definitely some on here that I really, really want. The King Noglin, I've been wanting for a while. Faunus would be great.
Super cool. Yeah, Faunus.
I don't know if his name is Thwip, but the blue goblin with the crossbow. I know Thump is the one down below, between Frostbow and Redfin.
Okay.
Yeah, Thistlethorn. I just got a Mephitor off of eBay for like $30, and I'm about to prime it up and make my own little woodland Thistlethorn. Yeah, I'm gonna paint it head to toe. It's gonna be my next custom. I'll probably go out and prime it right after we get done here, just so I can have it drying and start on it the next couple of days. But Balaam, he's definitely one I'd love to get my hands on.
Balaam is a beautiful figure. Yeah, if I get that, that's yours for sure.
Oh, cool, man.
I wouldn't mind having a Gonks. Gonks is the goblin next to Hagnon.
Yeah, I have him. He's awesome. That is some of the best rusted armor that I've ever seen. Beautiful. It looks like when you touch it, it's just gonna flake off like powder. Yeah. That's how good it looks. That's a fantastic figure. But this is fantastic. I could see me going in for 2 blind boxes. You know, plus
2 to 3.
Yeah, I think I could do 2, and then $10 shipping. It looks like I'll be about 160 in with tax or so. Who knows, 170 with tax. But yeah, I'm down for it. This looks great, man. This is awesome. What an amazing day. And you got picked today. That's incredible, dude. It is an amazing Mythic's day. I got in a couple of the extra capes that we talked about a week ago. We were texting.
Are gorgeous.
So I got one for Krotos. Here, my camera's backwards. Krotos here, and then Lejay here, and it is. I have now actually heard Jeremy himself say Lejay, so now I'm going with Lejay. I heard him say it in his last.
How did you say it, Lejay?
Lejay, I think that's what he called it, Lejay.
I did too. Yeah, I need to get a cape for Lejay as well.
I got him right here. I can't stop playing with him. He just stays on my desk. I just love him so much.
I just bought a purple cape for Morgulith. I bought Morgulith loose from somebody that posted online, so I got a purple cape from that seller on eBay, so I'm excited for that.
Very cool. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this graphic, I'm going to throw it into Photoshop, and I'm going to square up the ones that I want, and I'm going to text it to you right after this, so you'll have it, so you'll know if you get any of these, we'll know what to trade. Do the same. Same.
You got it.
So thanks, Greg. I appreciate you coming on and being on the show. You know, we met at Legions Con, and we quickly decided that you and I were brothers that we never knew existed, and Absolutely. So man, it's your friendship is so valuable to me.
Thank you, brother.
We pretty much talk every day, and I love it, man. Your friendship is awesome, and I know you got some big things in the works, and I'm happy to be a part of that. And you know, let's get back together here. Yeah, let's get back here in about 3 weeks or so, and let's see what we get. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Sure. Sounds good.
All right, man. Later. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, and this is the Smurberburger himself, Mr. Greg, and we'll see you in the toy aisles.
See you guys. Thank you.